Welcome back into the Rowdy Studio.
Whoa, nice hand gesture.
Yeah, you gotta spice it up.
Did you bite your lip when you were doing that?
Hey, white man's overbite. Welcome back into the Rowdy Studio. I am Buzz Cutler, sitting alongside Bassmasters, talking about Denny Hamlin. We just learned this past week that he's been working with noted sports psychologist Bob Rotella on his attitude.
At least it wasn't Stuart Smalley.
Darn it, Denny.
Doggone it.
You're good enough.
You are good enough.
You're smart enough.
You're smart enough.
And we like you.
Sort of.
Let's first of all hear what Denny had to say about how his performance affects his attitude when walking through the garage.
It's easy to just walk through the garage and hang your head and be embarrassed about the way you're running, to be honest with you. And that's what I've been for the most part of the year.
Dude was embarrassed.
Well, look, I think the thing with Denny Hamlin you have to realize is, I've said this before, he had certainly adversity on his road to Cup. It's not like the guy's never faced adversity, but in Cup, he's had a pretty nice, steady climb. And this is the first year where it's like, whoa, what happened? And now he's having to deal with that, with this level of scrutiny, with this level of pressure. This guy's was bordering on superstar last year. You know, he really was.
I think he was doing more than bordering on it. I think he broke into it.
I don't think you can be a superstar with one good year. A superstar, the Jimmy Johnsons and the Jeff Gordons and the Tony Stewarts, I mean, those are your superstars of this sport. I don't think Denny's in that class, but he was on his way there.
Yeah.
Pretty clearly. Now, when he says I'm walking around the garage and feel a little more self-conscious about things, you can understand why. So going through the process of dealing with that is a big deal for Denny Hamlin.
And more than one person has said he has not been the same since the Phoenix Chase race last year, and his attitude has directly affected his performance. And it was actually Joe Gibbs who referred him to Bob Rotella. And we don't know exactly when he started working with Rotella, but you got to take note of the fact that he had 3 consecutive top 10s leading into the chase. Now, he's had some bad luck in the chase,
right,
but are those 3...
And I don't think he's been that fast. I mean, look, I don't think he's had the speed still, but I do think his attitude has improved. Just looking at his post-race interview from New Hampshire, you got the sense of, like, I can deal with this. I'm not happy about it. I wish it hadn't worked out that way. This season sucks, right? But he's dealing with it. I got that sense anyway. So it doesn't surprise me that he's working with Rotella.
And it's not just his attitude, and it's not just his performance. He has had some equipment failures, which is an ongoing story with Joe Gibbs Racing. The thing about Denny Hamlin, though, turning his performance around at Dover seems unlikely. He admits readily that Dover is his worst track on the circuit.
Well, unlike Greg Biffle, he's not coming here saying, now I can capitalize. I think for Denny Hamlin, this might be another weekend of how do I, as a driver, and how do we, as a team, deal with adversity? And that's an opportunity in and of itself. You know, last year they came to this racetrack. It was not a good track for them. It never has been for Denny, although at the start of his career, he wasn't that bad here. He's had some bad luck
ever
here, some
since
bad
Kyle Petty
here.
slapped him upside the head.
Well, you never know what happens. But Denny had a good run here last year. I think that's the kind of run he wants, a top 15 run, a top 10 run, a sense that, like, we can handle the tough times, we can handle the adversity, we can handle our problem racetracks. That's what he wants more than, let's show that we have speed in these cars and let's show that we're ready to compete again. It's more let's continue the positive feeling no matter what Dover brings.
Let's have fun. I mean, that's what he said. He said, look, I'm learning how to have fun again, and I'm focusing on one race
Your
at a
attitude
time.
affects your altitude, Buzz Cutler.
He needs an attitude of gratitude. He needs to turn that frown upside down.
Well, he's working on it.
I'm sure that's what Rotella tells him. Turn that frown upside down, Denny.
All the noted sports psychologists say that.
They do. They
Absolutely.
do. All right. For Bassmasters, I'm Buzz Cutler. That's our take on Denny Hamlin heading into Dover. If you haven't done so already, go and watch our Greg Biffle heading into Dover video, too. They go really well together.
Companion pieces.
Exactly.
Yin and yang.
Rowdy.com. Say it like it is.
Say what like it is?
Rowdy.com.